I teach, but first I translate. People often ask me what it is that I actually teach. And the truth is, I don't think of myself as a teacher in the traditional sense. I don't take information, package it up neatly, and hand it to you as though it's the answer. What I do is something different. I translate. I take ideas, traditions, philosophies, healing systems, things that have been passed from person to person for centuries, and I bring them into ordinary, everyday life. Because wisdom means very little if it only lives in a book. It means very little if it only exists in a classroom as certification or a system someone else created. At some point, it has to arrive in a body. It has to arrive in a Tuesday or Monday morning, a difficult conversation, a sleepless night, a cup of tea at the kitchen table, a woman trying to decide whether she can trust herself. That's where I work. Not in theory, in life. I've always been someone who questioned things. Not because I wanted to rebel, not because I was angry, but because I wanted to know what remained true when an idea was lived instead of repeated. What happened when information stopped being information and became experience? What happened when knowledge was no longer something you studied, but something you embodied? That's the work I've been doing for decades, taking wisdom out of systems, running it through life, and seeing what remains. So here's what I actually do. I take a piece of information, an ancient teaching, a healing philosophy, a tradition that has survived generations, and I don't simply repeat it. I test it. I live it. I let it move through my own body and my own life. I pay attention to what holds up, what falls away, what still feels alive, and what no longer translates, because the body has its own intelligence, a different intelligence from theory, a different intelligence from memorization, a different intelligence from simply knowing the right words. The body responds. The body remembers. The body reveals. And if we're willing to listen, it tells us things no book ever can. Now, I want to be clear about something. I am not dismissing the people who came before us, the healers, the philosophers, the teachers, the women and men who spent their lives observing what it means to be human. Their wisdom matters. Their work matters. Many of us would not be here without it. But knowing something intellectually is not the same as embodying it. No one can hand you your truth. No one can hand you your experience. No one can tell your body what it should know. Each person has to discover that for themselves. Each person has to arrive at their own understanding, their own wisdom, their own relationship with what is true. So if I'm not handing you a method to copy, what am I handing you? I'm handing you information, what my body has learned, what decades of listening have revealed, what experience has made undeniable. The information is the teaching, but the wisdom of finding it for yourself, that's the method. Because what is true for me is not valuable because it's mine. It's valuable because it demonstrates something. It demonstrates that the body can be trusted, that experience matters, that wisdom is still alive, and that your own knowing is worth listening to. The work is not becoming me. The work is becoming more deeply yourself. And that process never really ends. The body keeps learning. It keeps revealing. It keeps correcting what we thought we knew. There is no final version of this work. There is no final version of me. What I'm offering isn't an answer, it's permission. Permission to stop outsourcing your knowing. Permission to trust your own experience. Permission to listen more deeply. Because what's true for me proves only one thing. The body can be trusted. Not to give you my answer, but to reveal your own. That's the work. That's House of Savara.